The entire state of the Google Ads platform has been rapidly changing ever since AI was introduced, and in this video I want to go over what this means for you as an e-commerce brand owner. Now, recently I made a post on Twitter, on X. If you don't follow me, by the way, you should definitely follow me on X because I'm very active there. But essentially, I released this chart right over here, which I want to go over in this video because this just goes to show what you need to be aware of when it comes to Google Ads in general. So this chart right here, this orange line, is the line which represents organic traffic to new sites or just traffic in general. This bluish line right here, this light green / light blue line, is the 0 clicks share line. And in total, this chart is all about organic traffic to new sites versus 0 click search share. And this applies to e-commerce brands as well. Basically, what this chart is saying is ever since AI and artificial intelligence was introduced, there has been a very high increase in the 0 clicks share compared to the traffic that's actually going onto the landing pages. What this means is ever since AI was more now introduced within Google Ads, such as the AI overview section, AI mode, so on and so forth, lesser and lesser number of people are actually clicking on the ads that you see. For example, if you go onto the Google Shopping placements, lesser number of people are clicking on the ad itself and more are relying on things like AI overview or AI mode right over here to understand what the product is and to further research with it without really even going on the landing page. Now, what does this mean in general? What this means is all your audience members are basically now starting to do a lot more window shopping than they were previously, because previously you actually had to click on the ad to go onto the page to understand what that product was about. But right now it's as simple as reading through all of these things to AI and not even having to click on, for example, this first listing right here, which is the Prusa 3D printer, or the second one, because right off the bat you know if something's for you or not. And this is actually very scary to come to think of it, because what this means is now the first initial impression your audience has with your product, it matters a lot more than anything else you have ever done. Just reading through this description, just making sure that just is enough for the audience to understand if they want your product or not, without even looking at the actual product listings or the images or the reviews or any of that stuff. So what this means is now you must take your descriptions, your landing page experience, your product feed that much more seriously. It's all about now having the right keywords so artificial intelligence can actually identify you use those words on your landing pages, on the product feed, then come back to things like the AI mode, AI overview section, and then make sure your ads actually rank here because you use those keywords. And in addition, although it's more about what you do on the landing page now that matters, the product feed, you still need to be paying attention to what you do on the back end in terms of the product images. If you have Google Merchant Center reviews or not, because if you look right here, basically there's no brand with no reviews added in here. So that means, man, it's almost mandatory to have reviews at this point. The brands, 2 out of these 7 brands have some sort of promo going on for them, which also means it's ideal if you have promos going on, because now you can't just be relying on selling the cheapest product like this one or having a product which is unique. You need to now do something that stands out from the competition, which is still the opposite of your competitors, which, by the way, is going to be the strategy which stays the same no matter what updates come about, no matter what happens in the Google Ads space. Doing the opposite of your competition, making sure your product feed is in proper place with the right kinds of keywords in the titles, the product feed attribute section, the descriptions, the landing page experience is fast. All these things always had importance, but now they're even more important than ever before, even more than campaign strategies and the bids and budgets you use. So the state of Google Ads right now is everything is AI focused, everything is AI based. It's all about the first initial impression your audience has with your store and with your products in general. If you can get that right, then you're still gonna crush it with Google Ads in 2025 and onwards, and your brand will scale. But if you run a brand doing $50,000 or more per month in revenue and you would rather get some help scaling to the next level with Google, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a completely free call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together and make that happen.